Van Antwerp.
Van Antwerp. Antwerp or Van Antwerpen is probably the best, correct way to say it, but I am Dick Van Antwerp.
Are you rolling? Perfect. Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs and Fuego. And we were just practicing your last name because I was just telling you that I have a hard time saying your last name.
I have to practice it too.
But you're a young man. I mean,
I know.
How long?
I'm 28, almost 29.
You don't look a day older than 29.
No, okay.
And you're fine. Dick, how are you? You're a serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
And this show is about documenting the journey of entrepreneurs, as we say, one digital footprint at a time. And you left a lot of footprints throughout your career. What is a serial? Look, your business card says serial entrepreneur. This is the first time I have ever talked to anybody that actually has serial entrepreneur in the business card.
Really?
Really?
That's interesting. That's interesting.
It is intriguing. So tell us what a serial entrepreneur is.
Well, I think what we need to do is start with what's going on in here.
What is
the brain? So if you don't mind, I'd like to tell kind of a story of how you get from one place to another.
It's your show.
So one of the things I want to emphasize is that what I want to do is impart to other entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs or startups something that would be of value to them. So one of the things that I found is that you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You can have some deficits and still be a great entrepreneur. And so my journey was, my deficit was I thought I was dumb in grade school. Graduated from high school with a D+ average, and I looked at my grade point average and I said, you know what, maybe the University of Washington that I applied to probably won't accept me with a D+ average.
You had a D+ average when you graduated from high school, and then you applied for Washington or to Washington University.
I didn't even know what my average was when I applied. I didn't care.
And they accepted you?
No.
They rejected you?
They certainly rejected me. What I did is I went to a junior college, studied electronics there, got some of my requirements out of the way, and then transferred to the University of Washington and graduated with a degree in electrical engineering, Bachelor of Science.
You were not the smartest guy, but you were astute. And you were able to find a way to get to what you wanted to be, but you just took a little bit of a different route.
Yeah, I took a different route.
And that is a great lesson for an entrepreneur.
I had probably two issues. My mother took me to a psychiatrist, or psychologist probably, and after it was all over the testing, she's telling the guy, well, but he is good in general knowledge. And I'm thinking, what the heck is general knowledge?
What does that mean?
And the other kids didn't have to come here. There's something wrong with me. Well, what was wrong with me probably was not really wrong. It was I had attention deficit and I had dyslexia. So I operate a little bit different than the other kids.
Let's fast forward a little bit.
Sure.
And now you're intrigued about business. You're an entrepreneur. You have something that other kids don't have, which is the desire to build something, to create something.
Well, one of the ways we got here is I had 8 jobs in 8 years. And my only goal was to start a company and be the last one I would lay off. I was fired from 1 or 2 jobs. I was laid off from 4 of them. The other ones were voluntary leaves. So I didn't get much in the way of vacations.
So you have this bad experience, and now you start your business.
Yeah. So I knew I needed a sales guy because I didn't know anything about marketing, right? Or sales. So I called a friend up, and he said, no, I don't want to do anything. I've got these 2 gas stations in El Cajon, and why don't you contact Barry, a friend of mine. He's doing quite well. He just bought a new pickup truck. So I called Barry because he just bought a new pickup truck. Talked to him, and he said, well, I don't want to do anything with any engineers. They never follow through. That didn't deter me. I just said, well, maybe I can stop by and see your shop. So I'd do that. I kept showing up at his shop. Eventually, we were quoting jobs together, and we formed a company called Electronic Solutions. We grew it from 0 to $8 million in sales. So
$0 to $8 million in sales.
took us about 10 years.
It's incredible. From zero,
Yeah,
from nothing.
yeah,
From a D plus to $8 million in sales.
yeah.
You sell this company.
Yes.
You sell this company. Now you're a little bit happy. You're still challenged. What's going?
Well,
what's
you
happening?
get bored. You know,
get bored.
you want to go do something else.
That is the entrepreneurial
Yeah, yeah,
fire.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
the Fuego in you, my friend.
So I'd actually started. He and my partner and I had actually started another business called iBus prior to the sale of that last one. Oh, by the way, I hired people that were smarter than me. The one I sold, I hired somebody that was smarter than me to replace my partner and myself to run the business. We sold the company to a big conglomerate. And it turns out that he took that company $8 million and turned it into $140 million.
You weren't the, like you said with your words, you weren't the smartest guy in the room, but you knew enough and you had the foresight, you and your partner, to hire somebody that was smarter than you.
Yes, yes,
And that was the secret.
yes. Well, that wasn't the only secret. There's a lot of
That's
secrets.
part of
Yeah,
it. All right. And so now you're into your second company.
yeah.
What happens with that second
Well,
company?
the second company was already in place prior to us selling electronic solutions. The name of it was iBus. We manufactured computers.
Yep.
And the lesson learned there is that, well, let's think of it in this way. Who was it? Dirty Harry said, "You got to know your own limitations. Man's got to know his limitations, right?" Okay. So the lesson there is, if you're going to bite off more than you can chew, make sure you got plenty of money behind you. And we did not. So we sold the business, but we didn't really profit from the sale of the business very much. We got some, but not a lot, because we tried to bite off a big chunk, and we didn't have the finances to make it happen.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
What do you do next?
Next, I joined another entrepreneur who is running a $600,000 a year business. We grew it from $600,000 to $8 million and sold it. By the way, the last one was sold at $8 million too. The iBus.
The infinity number
that keeps
repeating.
getting laid down
keeps
three
laying down.
times. Yeah.
Right. All right. So this third one, you take it from 600,000 to 8 million again. What do you do with that? You sell it.
I sold out to my partner. That's what I did. So let him take the business. I took the cash.
I'm counting 3. What about next?
Next, I was very, very interested in, oh, by the way, there's several businesses in that thing. I mean, there was a lot of things. I learned there, by the way, less is more. Too many cooks mess up the stew. In this
Right.
case, I had too many joint venture partners. And if you don't like managing or herding cats,
Everybody has an opinion and everyone wants to
you're
be heard. And
going,
there's very too many
crazy,
emails. Okay.
crazy.
So now you are into your 4th business, and what does that look like now?
That's what I call Vitality Fit Corporation. Had a different name at the time, but ended up being Vitality Fit. That was an anti-aging company where I sold supplements over the internet, and we sold throughout the United States and a little bit internationally. I learned a lot there. Very interested in anti-aging, and one of the things I learned there was a thing that I call integrity marketing. Integrity marketing means whoever you touch should benefit, whether it be your employees, or whether it be the person you're selling to, whether it be your independent sales reps, whatever it is, everyone who's involved in the process should get a benefit out of the transaction.
And so now you're into this company. You still have it? Did you sell it?
I sold it in 2014. By the way, you can sell a company on internet, on eBay.
You sold a company on eBay.
Yeah,
This 4th company that you started, you sold it on eBay.
yes.
Let me guess. For how much?
It wasn't sold for very much.
All right.
It was a small number. It
All
wasn't one of those $8 million guys. It was like $11,000 or thereabouts.
But then you sell this company, and then the serial entrepreneur
It's
continues.
still percolating.
It's still percolating, and you just don't get tired, man. I mean, I wasn't kidding when you're like 29 years old.
Well, sometimes you get beat up. You know, I've suffered from depression from time to time. That's probably related to to the attention deficit. There's a reason for that. I know what the reason is now. But I want to get back on the horse. And the area that I'm interested in now is I want to attend my wife's 100th birthday. So I want to live to be 107. Okay, so I can enjoy her 100th birthday.
And in order to do that, you bought another company. You started,
No.
What are you doing?
No. I want to be able to think when I get there. I want to be able to enjoy it. I don't want my brain to be fried.
Right.
So my passion now is enhancing and repairing brains. That's my passion.
This is what a serial entrepreneur looks like, sounds like, and thinks like. Because you're always already thinking way ahead of the game.
Yeah. And by the way, I like doing the impossible. I would suggest that for other entrepreneurs as well, that believe you can do the impossible. If you do that, you can probably accomplish the impossible.
What's been your biggest frustration throughout all these years?
Oh, management. I don't care for management.
Why?
I just don't. It's not my thing. Entrepreneur, yeah, but managing, not so much.
You take the salesperson any day over the manager.
Oh, I'll take managers too. It's just that I don't want to do the managing. It's not my skill set.
All right.
Yeah. My skill set is inventing things. In fact, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an inventor. And now I invent companies.
Dick van Antwerp, serial entrepreneur. It's an honor, man.
Thank you.
It really is, because in this short period of time, you've given us, we usually take an interview like this and try to get maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes of gold nuggets that we've received. But here it's going to be very difficult to edit this thing in the future. In fact, we probably won't, because every single thing that you've said, my dear friend.
One more thing for you, or for the entrepreneur.
Let's get it. Because,
real quick. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take care of your family. Don't put so much energy into your entrepreneurial venture that you don't take care of those two things. It's more important.
Family.
And your own health.
And your own health. With that, we're out.